Well, this is a bit of a treat coming here. It's not the average property for me. It's quite unusual, this one, so thank you for inviting me.
Well, what a pleasure. And this is a Peter McIntyre creation. The views, the materials, everything that he has brought together has really, I believe, created a true masterpiece.
It is, it's an engineering feat because on one side of the property we're in the treetops, and then you walk through, we've got octagons, we've got curved walls. It's very unique, and the fact that it has living spaces that are nicely separated, it's very creative, and it's like nothing I've ever seen before. But you know, it is an architectural feat because we are one with nature here.
I very much like the long driveway as you're coming down, and you've got those beautiful trees, and you could just feel any stresses of life just sort of dissolve away.
It was a bit like that. I had birds flying across my path, and I was waiting for kangaroos on the drive here. It is a very special property, and I could just imagine getting here on a Friday night, popping the fire on in winter, pouring a wine, and just letting the week be a distant memory.
In your professional opinion, who do you think is the ideal buyer for this exquisite property?
Well, if you'd asked me before COVID, I might have had a different answer, but now that we've got work from home and people are able to work so well remotely, you really could embrace this as a home and do the commute temporarily or part-time if that's what you wish to do. But also it's perfect weekender. It could double as an Airbnb because we've got different opportunities to have some of the parts of the house separated. I think it's a very special proposition for someone who wants to be in with nature, but most importantly 90 minutes, or not even 90 minutes from our capital city. In terms of the families that could live here, you've got a really good basis for intergenerational living because you've got different segments. You've got self-contained kitchens, you can zone parts of it off. So, for example, you know, sitting up here in these treetops, we're in a room that would be the most perfect teenage retreat or rec room or video room. So the house has a lot to offer, lots of different types of families and lots of different age groups. Should it be divided up a little bit for sharing with other generations or for having Airbnb or people staying as house guests, you've got your own little piece of paradise and you've got your own privacy. It's very clever.
What do you think about the family dynamic and what you could actually do with the land itself?
Yeah, what could you do with this property? Well, its planning zone is actually farming zone, which means that for someone who's really committed to doing something with the land, they could put their thinking cap on and see what could suit this area. And what's really special about this one, not just in terms of its offering, but also its price point and the amount of land that we're on 19 acres, or just a tad over. When I compare that to some of the coastal properties and other regions around our gorgeous state, it represents very good buying considering just how close we are to the capital city.
And these views, how breathtaking. It's not every day you get to witness the vista of the You Yangs, Corio Bay, and of course the Brisbane National Ranges,
yes,
which is on 3 of the 4 sides of this property.
It is quite stunning. The idea of, you know, coming to Beremboke and behind we've got the You Yangs, which are just an exceptional walk and a great way to exercise for those that are really into their walking and their hiking. So it really is such a great playground for someone who's really active in embracing nature.
And I think certainly with what's been going on in the world over the last 18 months or so, there's a real craving for that work-life balance and being nurtured by Mother Nature, and she really does a fine job here.
What this has really made me think about, especially now that we're sitting here with the sun about to set, is the changing faces of this gorgeous landscape. And we're here, you know, at the very end of summer, and it's a joy. And I'd imagine early in the morning it's quite different. And then we can think about what it's like in autumn and winter and then spring. I think this has got a lot on offer for someone who really loves the land.